So I went to go break down a plasma TV outside. Screen's all busted up, so I'm not tearing that down in here. Well, somewhere along the line, I think I missed 2 screws. Can't get the whole unit separated. Can't get the back separated from the screen and all that. So I'm like, yeah, it's hot and humid outside, probably pushing 80, 81 degrees. Humid as all can be, and I'm sweating cans of Spam, so I'm like, I'm gonna go inside and do something else and look ugly for once. I mean, look good for once. So I may finish up on that TV either later tonight, or say the heck with it and wait until it cools down and another day and do it then. Make a video then. But wanted to talk to you about these little transformers, you know, motors, whatever you want to call them. But what I wanted to show you is you don't have to sell them to a scrapyard as is if you choose not to. Come on, fat boy, get on the game here. Get on the ball. So I found we've been growing as a channel. Brother and I both do this channel, right? It's just not me. Just he doesn't get on the channel as much as I do. He been busy. Very busy. Working. Looking good. Macking on the ladies. I think. I hope. It's to say if he went another way, I'd have to whoop his damn ass. Anyway. It is what it is. I guess it's better he macks on the ladies than going after the sheep he used to go after. Used to call him Daddy. His sheep cubs called him Daddy. Anyway. So what I want to show you is Kappa. Inside of there, right? So I'm thinking if you're anything like me, you have more time than money. Well, more time than you have anything else to do with. So you get creative on all kinds of stuff. That's what I get for being self-employed, eh? I've got a bunch of gig jobs that I do. That's why I'm not really in any hurry to do DoorDash. Because I always got something set up. I ain't gonna say I'm getting rich off of it, because I'm not. But bills are being paid. You know. Ow! Anyway, taking a lot longer than I should, and who wants to look at this all day, eh? Sure as hell wouldn't be me. Anyway, show you something here. I suppose I left a bucket over there with the Kappa. And I'm sure there's going to be somebody here that knows the whole show, whether it be in the U.S., England, whatever. I'm going to throw it when I said bucket, you know. At least it ain't the bucket residence. Or should I say bouquet residence, lady of the house speaking. I'll let you look up that show if you want. What the heck is it? Keeping Up with Appearances, I think is the name of the show. I just remember Hyacinth being on the show, and she'd always be like, "Bouquet residence, lady of the house speaking," and everybody else would call her the bucket lady because, you know, the name. It's one little strand of copper. Now, on these, there's a few layers here. There's going to be that layer. There's going to be more copper. That was Mama coming in. Salty Mama. Brother goes as Saltlet. I goes as Salty Dog. Mom goes as Salty Mama. If you ever want to know the story how we got going as how Brother and I got going as the Salty Assassins, I'll tell you. Not like I'm going to give you a choice, I'll just tell you. Years ago I worked for a factory. 17 years on one job, right? 10 of them years I was a bandsaw operator. I don't want to throw out the name of the place because I've got nothing good to say about that company. So I'm not going to badmouth them and whatnot. It's just best I not put their name on my lips. Well, anyway, we had a guy working there. His name was Tom. His name is Tom, not was. Well, for 22 years now, he's been calling me Salty Dog. He'd always come, "Hey, how you doing, you old salty dog, you?" That's how I got the nickname Salty Dog, because he started calling it to me. Well, then a few other people started calling me Salty Dog. Well, long story short, Brother knows a guy that worked for a facility. At the time, it was North Dakota's only independent wrestling facility. The only one that was in the state of North Dakota. FLW was the initials, Fully Loaded Wrestling. I believe that was the name of the company, was Fully Loaded Wrestling. They were based out of, I think they were based out of Minot, North Dakota. I think, don't quote me. But anyway, they were boasting that they were the only company in North Dakota that did independent wrestling. Which I must add, if you know on WWE, there was the wrestler Ruby Riott. She worked for them off and on, wrestling for them. And she'd been in Fargo, North Dakota few times doing independent shows. Brother got to watch her wrestle there at like different venues, what have you. And if you're an older fan of wrestling, like I'm talking like 1980s, 1990s wrestling, if you know the name Pat Tanaka, what the heck did he go as? I think he was one of the members. I don't want to say the Orient Express. I just remember his name's Pat Tanaka. He was a wrestler back in the 80s and 90s. Right around the time Ricky Steamboat and all them were out. I can't remember what group he was a part of offhand. Just right now it skips my mind. Do you know he teaches wrestling or helps train people to be wrestlers in Fargo, North Dakota? I should know. I passed by his place a few times, or at least where he trains people. I've passed by the facility more than once. And he actually lives in Fargo, North Dakota. Pat Tanaka, wrestler, former WWE wrestler. If anybody cares. Anyway, where was I going? Oh, anyway. Mokapa. Brother knew a guy. He was like a manager, not like a company manager, but he managed some of the wrestlers down by the ring, you know. He knew Brother knew him. He always made the joke that Brother, you and your brother, because at the time I'd recently lost my job through the company that I was working for. And you said, well, being that your brother ain't got tiddlywinks to do, telling brother this. And he says, why don't you two come train to be wrestlers, work the independent scene? And being that brother didn't really have a nickname at the time, he says, well, being that your brother is known as a salty dog, why don't you guys go as the Salty Assassins, be a tag team, and then you just find a name for yourself in the ring. That's how we got the nick. That's how we started up going as Salty Assassins. Is because it was me having a nickname. It turned into a joke. We turned that joke, ran with it, and created a YouTube channel. So yeah, funny how things turn out in life, eh? Still tearing down the same one. If you don't mind fiddling around with that little paper, taking it off, tedious work, but hey, when it's hot as can be out there, you know. Who wants to work outside in 80-degree heat when it's humid? Not I. I'd rather have central air on and fiddle around with this, you know. Daddy didn't raise a fool. Maybe he did, but, you know. Anyway. What else was I going to tell you about? Anyway, this is going to be a while, but I'm going to shut this down. But I want to make one comment to somebody. Hope she's watching. Miss Canadian Scrapper, I finally found something. Took me however long, couple weeks. I finally found you the North Dakota license plates I was looking for. Finally found them. And you know what? I'm going to give you a treat and a half. Matching set. Front and back. Matching numbers. 2 license plates. Front and back. Both license plates read the ETG 415. ETG 412. Discover the spirit. Leave North Dakota. Ha 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 ha. I actually saw that one time up in here. Somebody put leave. So it literally read, discover the spirit, leave North Dakota. Somebody had it on their car. Anyway, I tell you what, I'm going to get going. And tell you one thing, this is the best Make-A-Wish ever. Having this channel and getting to do this stuff. Best damn Make-A-Wish ever. And yeah, you can write that off on your taxes. Because, you know, you paid for the tickets to see this sideshow. So you can get your money back. Anyway, smell you later, talk to you later. Whatever. See you later.